While the world admires fighter jets like the F-22 and the F-35, the United States is developing a machine designed for a far more dangerous mission: to penetrate the most heavily defended airspaces on the planet, strike strategic targets, and leave without being intercepted. But how can a bomber, much larger than a fighter jet, be even harder to stop? It all starts with its shape. The B-21 was not designed to look elegant, but to deceive radar systems. Every angle, every material, and every detail of its structure serves one single purpose: to make enemy defense systems believe that there is nothing there to detect. Imagine for a moment that an aircraft could fly through hundreds of miles of advanced air defenses, pass near missile batteries and radar stations without triggering a single alarm. It sounds like science fiction, yet that is exactly the mission the B-21 was built for. And that's only the beginning. Because even if a radar managed to detect it, it would still have to hit it. Several experts believe the radar carries electronic warfare systems capable of jamming enemy communications and sensors. In other words, it could not only be extremely difficult to see, but could also blind enemy defenses at the most critical moment. That is precisely what worries military strategists. In modern warfare, just a few minutes of confusion are enough to lose an air base, a command center, or a missile defense system worth billions of dollars. And here comes the unsettling question: if the B-21 can already do all of this today, what else can it do that the public still doesn't know about? The United States has revealed only a tiny fraction of its true capabilities. Its actual speed, maximum altitude, and several of its onboard technologies remain classified. Some analysts even believe it was specifically designed to easily integrate future innovations, including artificial intelligence and the ability to control autonomous combat drones. Now imagine this scenario. A B-21 silently approaches hostile territory, but it is not alone. Several stealth drones are flying around it as scouts. Some jam enemy radars, others identify threats, while the bomber itself remains almost invisible. Before the enemy's defenses even understand what is happening, the mission is already over, and that scenario could become reality in the coming years. But the B-21's true strength is not just its stealth, it is its range. While many aircraft require forward operating bases close to the combat zone, the Raider was designed to travel enormous distances. It can take off from far away, reach a target located thousands of miles away, and then return safely to its home base. That means no region in the world can truly consider itself completely out of reach. And when it comes to its weapons, the level of threat rises even further. The B-21 can carry precision-guided bombs capable of destroying deeply buried bunkers, long-range missiles, and it is also part of America's nuclear deterrence force. In other words, it is not just built to win a battle. It was designed to influence the outcome of an entire war. But what makes it more terrifying than any fighter jet is its philosophy. A fighter aircraft often has to engage the enemy directly, maneuver aggressively, and fight face-to-face. The B-21, on the other hand, is designed to avoid combat altogether. Its goal is for no one to know it is there until it is already too late. And that strategy may be even more effective than any spectacular display of power, because a missile can at least be intercepted. A fighter jet can be challenged and driven away. But how do you stop an aircraft that you cannot see? How do you defend your territory against a threat that may already be flying overhead before the first warning alarms even sound? It is that single question that is pushing the world's major powers to invest billions of dollars in new detection systems. Yet according to several experts, the B-21 was not built for the wars of today. It was built for the wars of 2040 and beyond. Its open architecture will allow it to be upgraded for decades with new software, new sensors, and perhaps even technologies that do not exist yet. And while its future adversaries try to find a way to detect it, the aircraft itself will continue to evolve. In the end, the B-21 Raider is not the most frightening bomber because it is enormous or heavily armed. It is terrifying because it challenges one of the most fundamental rules of air warfare. You cannot stop a threat when you do not even know it is already there. And perhaps it is this ability to strike from the shadows in silence and without warning that makes the B-21 Raider one of the most feared weapons of our time.